Hello again my friends, this is the boy and his dog, and welcome to the channel where I play and review every game released on the Evecade, old and new. In today's episode we continue our deeper dive of the first Duke Nukem collection with the first game, Duke Nukem Remastered. Yeah, even though Duke 1 and 2 are counted as one on the Evecade menu, they are different enough and time consuming enough to get through to get their own video. So, let's get stuck in. In the near future, Dr. Photon, a brilliant nuclear physicist, goes berserk after a radiation accident. You'd be surprised how often that happens, and plans to wreak havoc on the world, because what else are you going to do on a Sunday afternoon? Dr. Photon builds an army of tech bots and takes control of a large American city, threatening to take over the entire world. The CIA hire Duke Nukem, a superhero for our modern times, if this was the 80s, and drop him into Proton's captured city to stop the madman from completing his outrageous plan. The original Duke Nukem was a 2D multi-directional scrolling platform game developed and published by Apogee Software and released for MS-DOS in 1991. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're looking at Duke Nukem Remastered, built from the ground up by Blaze Entertainment and released exclusively for the Evecade in 2023. The amount of love, care and attention that has gone into this game cannot be glossed over. They really have done a fine job. They've enlarged the viewable play area, adding widescreen, making it obviously look nicer on our big old tellies, and the XP's gorgeous screen too, but also giving you a much easier time to explore and see when enemies are incoming. Honestly, you'll feel the difference playing in classic mode all too quickly. The game plays so smooth now with nice scrolling and character control, all running at 60 frames per second. It really makes a difference, the game flows so much better. The HUD of course is now in the viewable play area, but it's small and unobtrusive, even adding little hint lines for when you're starting out to learn what the game has to offer. And the option to jump instantly from classic to modern iteration with select is a gorgeous touch.
Let's rock.
Another fine addition is the front end of the game, the slick menus jumping in and out of either Duke Nukem title, with an option to choose whichever episode you want to start on, and what I feel my bones have become an obsession. I've only held back due to trying to finish the game for this review, a dedicated stats option where you can select which episode and see how you're doing with best times, completion percentage and completed challenges. More on all that in a minute. In the options there's the usual suspects, but also included is the option to choose between modern, classic or customise your own version of the game with a mix of old and new. So with all the bells and whistles, how is the actual game? It's damn fun. It's a simple enough platformer, well, in the early episodes, but the later layouts soon become more tricky. What's quite cool is each episode is like its own story game, with 10 levels between you and Dr. Proton. Defeat him in the final level of each episode, and he'll escape and vow to get his revenge. The levels mostly have you gaining coloured keys to open your way through to the exit, but it does shake this up by forcing you to acquire and utilise various items to reach the unreachable. For example, boots to help you jump higher and further, a microchip to access computer systems which could turn off force fields blocking your path, a special glove to protect you from being electrocuted when using special hand switches, and a grabber gun to grab certain ceiling surfaces, even allowing you to climb up through some ledges to gain a footing on the platform above. You can also find power-ups for your gun, health items like coke cans or pieces of meat that if you shoot and cook will gain you 2 blocks of health instead of 1. Most of the stages are fun to work through, there is a decent variety to each, some can be completed very quickly, others take a bit of thought, exploration and back and forthing. There were only a few stages that really frustrated me, one being a heavily conveyor belt filled stage. One full step and you're sent right back to the start of the stage. Some words were spoken, I will not repeat them here, but you know what it was. It's when we come to replayability and longevity that this game shines even more. In your first playthrough you may be gunning for the exit as best you can, but there are a fair few ways to play through the game, especially after your initial run. First there are the level challenges. At the end of each level you're told how well you've completed certain criteria, like how many acme signs out of 5 have fallen, or 14 out of 22 cameras destroyed. Have you collected the letters that spell out Duke and in the correct order, and finally have you completed the stage without any damage. These give you reasons to go back into each stage. Now what's interesting here, you can try to gain them all in a single play for the ultimate high score at the very end, or you can do them individually to fill out the stats completion chart as it tracks whichever ones you completed regardless if it was in a single playthrough or multiple, to try and get that episode completion up to 100%. On top of obsessing about 100% completion of everything, or getting the biggest score possible, there is also a speedrunner option to chart how quickly you're playing through the game, with an extra part-time challenge to beat on each level. There's so much to do here and many reasons to return to this very playable title, and as stated earlier, the work they've put into this remaster is top notch. In the end, this is an easy to pick up and play title with some interesting level design to keep you on your toes in later levels, with a wealth of replayability and customizable options to play it how you want to play it. Now, wouldn't trophy achievement type support and online leaderboards for best times, 100% completions and high scores just be the perfect match for Duke? We can forever dream, can't we? Who knows what next year will bring? I know I say that every year. So yes, a great start on our Duke December journey, excited to see what's going on in Dukey Boy's second instalment. Hope you are too. And if you've made it here to the end of the episode, thanks ever so much for joining me. Leave a thumbs up or comment if you'd like. Tell me what you think of the Duke's first outing. Either way, I'm just chuffed you poked your head in for a goosey gander. As always, I hope you're having the most awesomest of days, my friends. And until next time, be seeing you.